Paddle games. Have you ever wanted to play games with a big dial and a button? Well, now you can. For the uninitiated, what is a paddle? Well, these are paddles. They are a dial with a set range of motion so you can turn them and then they won't turn anymore, and a button. They are essentially a potentiometer or a variable resistor with a dial on it. The Atari paddles come in pairs, which means they're great for 4-player games, which is a huge part of their appeal. And another part of their appeal is they're making brand new ones of these, so if you want brand new paddles, you can get them. For those of you that are short on time and just want to know what games to play, these are the ones I recommend. I'm going to go through every paddle game that I can find that is available for the Atari with some video footage and an explanation of the game, and I'm going to index it so you can jump to any particular game. But these are the main ones that I would recommend. Okay, let's look at the games. I'm going to go through in alphabetical order. So the first one is Astroblast. This is a Mattel game. It's called Astro Smash on the Intellivision. But on the Atari, you can play joystick or mouse. You're just shooting these asteroids. Very basic, very blocky graphics. Not much appeal, honestly. I can't recommend this game. I haven't played it much, so I don't really know, but I have seen reviews and they kind of didn't think that much of it either. Sorry about my screen capture. It's not super. I've got it at 60 frames per second, but it's not perfect. But yeah, Astroblast. If it looks appealing to you, give it a go. Avalanche, which was an old arcade game. There is a new Atari game by Champ Games. Came out in 2020. You're just catching these snowballs coming down the little tower of defense. As you progress, they start going faster and your tower gets a bit smaller. You just saw it shrink there because I've got the first layer of blue gone. Fairly basic, but quite a bit of fun. Let's just get to the orange and can I do it without dying? Yeah, gets a bit smaller and a little bit faster. Let's see how far I can go. Whoops. Oh, yep. Anyway, you get the idea. Quite a good game. I think it's only $15 for the ROM. But this is just the demo. Oh, there you go. Avalanche, you get the idea. Quite a good little game. Backgammon. I can honestly say this is the best computerized version of Backgammon I've ever played because I don't know how to play Backgammon. It looks good. It's got nice colours. I don't know how to play it. I've seen reviews. I think it's meant to be reasonably well regarded, but I don't know how to play Backgammon, so I can't really comment on whether or not you should play this one or not. Blackjack on the Atari. Launch title. If you want to play Blackjack on the Atari, well, there you go. You can play Blackjack on the Atari. Not sure why you'd want to do that on the Atari, but yeah, stay. Damn it. Lots of other ways of playing this game. Even on the Atari, there's Casino, which is basically this with a few other games on it as well. Oh, that's good. How did I lose that? I saw that. Oh well. Anyway. Dangers of gambling. Don't gamble, kids. Breakout, the absolute classic arcade game. Atari has a good version of it. It also has, well, actually has two good versions of it. It has Breakout and Super Breakout, which I'll cover later. Love the colours of the screen. Fantastic version. The only thing I don't like about it is I find it a little bit too difficult. I didn't play the arcade game much, or if at all, and I didn't have this on the Atari, so I'm not very good at it. So it might be one of those ones where if you like, the people who love it might love the difficulty, but it'll be one of those Zen things where you just can tune out and just focus, but especially when it hits that orange, you see how quick that went. I'm not a fan of that, but that's just a get good scenario rather than fault of the game. Breakout, absolute classic. Bugs by Data Age. I didn't have this one back in the day, and I'm not a fan. I've seen reviews and they didn't seem to like it much either. Basically, you're controlling this X and kind of like missile command shooting the bugs, and then that thing appears and you've got a time shooting it like I did there. I find the controls difficult, like I just got out there just because I couldn't quite line up the bug, and it didn't quite seem fair, but maybe it's just a matter of getting better at it. I don't know, maybe you'll like it, but I'm not a fan of it. Bumper Bash by Spectravision is a pinball game using the paddles. You use the buttons to control your flippers. Graphics are pretty good. Whoops. I think the paddles, not the paddles, the flippers are a little bit small. But apart from that, if you want to play a Atari pinball game, well, there's one. I think the Midnight Magic is probably better regarded, but yeah, this one seems quite good. Bumper Bash. Canyon Bomber. As the name suggests, you're bombing a canyon. I'm the yellow dude. You just all these different aircrafts fly over and you're bombing them. That's 1 or 2 player. You're just trying to get the best score with the 1 player. The computer's just constantly just bombing. And you can see it's doing much better than I am. I can't say that I would enjoy this one very much, but it does have a different variation, which I actually think this should be the headliner. This one you choose your depth. Oops. And it's a bit forgiving, which is good. And you're basically aiming for a particular one. I would imagine this one would be a lot more fun than the other one because it feels like you've got a little bit more control over what's going on. Yeah, just a bit more interesting. Let's see if I can do that. Escape this one. No. Hey, you got it. But yeah, this variation looks like it would be a bit of fun. Deja Vu all over again. Casino. Basically, do you want to play Blackjack? Well, on the Atari, well, you can. It does have other games in it as well, and well, it looks like you can bet more. But yeah, it's still just Blackjack. Why you do that on the Atari? I mean, it's one way of playing it if you want to play it. What am I doing? Pass. Oh, I don't even know what to do here. Don't even know what these ones are. Instruct, pass. Anyway, Blackjack, and I think it has some poker games on it as well. Circus Atari, which is Breakout with clowns. You control this teeter-totter thing, and then you're hitting balloons, which is what they're meant to be. Oops. Press the button to flip the thing, which I just turned down to save the dude, and you knock out these balloons. Oops. And then try not to get mortally wounded. It's quite painful. But yeah, that's it, basically. Simple, violent fun. Demons to Diamonds, a shooting gallery game of sorts. You have to shoot the demons that are the same colour as you and then grab the diamonds. Oops, missed it. Oops. Whilst not shooting the demons, which I just did, of the same colour, all those skulls will appear and shoot them. Not super interesting as a 1-player game, but I think it would be a bit fun as 2 players. Basically, the other player would be on the top and you're competing with the score. But you can notice that the skulls do eventually disappear. But in the 2-player game, you could create skulls to make it more difficult for the other player. But yeah, fairly basic game, but might be a bit of fun 2-player. Eggomania by US Games. Very similar to Kaboom, except you're catching eggs rather than bombs. A little bit less high stakes. And then when you've caught all of the eggs, you've got to try and shoot the dodo bird with one of those eggs. If you can. Come on. There you got him. And then rinse and repeat. Not bad. But I think I prefer Kaboom over this one. Fireball. This was on the Star Path Supercharger, which was an expansion card, like cartridge for the Atari. It gave it more memory. I had this one back in the day because I had a Supercharger. I don't remember liking it that much. Let's press reset, play it first. It's basically Breakout. So you're a guy juggling. When you catch a ball, you press the button to release it. You can't drop any of the balls. So in normal Breakout, if you have multiple balls, if you drop one, cool, got both of them. Yep, so then I get pulled off. So you don't die, which is nice. So Circus Atari is a little bit more drastic. There's a violent end if you don't get it. This one, you just get pulled off the stage for dropping the ball, which is a little bit nicer than someone cracking their skull. Anyway, Another Breakout, if you want another Breakout. Encounter at L5. This is a data age game. I'm not sure how I feel about it. You basically, when you're holding your fire button, you're aiming, controlling the thing, and when you let go, it'll move to wherever your pointer is, like walk there. It's kind of an unusual control, taking a bit of getting used to. It might be good. The reviewer I saw gave it sort of a C. So, not terrible, but not great. I feel like that might be accurate on my quick play of this game. G.I. Joe, the greatest hero of them all. This is a strange one. With one player, it is a joystick game, but you can play 2 and 3 players. You can play co-op, so everyone's on the same side. I'm guiding that shield at the moment, and also guiding that bullet, trying to hit the Cobra. And you can play with one player being the Cobra, like controlling the Cobra. So kind of interesting. It kind of mid in reviews, but certainly weird enough to give it a go, have a look at it at least. Yeah, unusual one. Guardian. I have only played this once before this. Basically, it's like you're trying to stop these things hitting the ground and killing Earth, or one of the Earths, parallel Earths, I don't know. You can't get hit by things, and you can't move when you're shooting. Well, you can, but it won't. So they shoot oops, I stopped it. But you can't see where you've moved to. It's a bit dull. I can't see. I'll let them drop some things, and you can see it basically makes gaps, and it's trying to shoot those planets. Maybe there's more to it, but I can't be bothered finding out. It seems a bit slow and uninteresting. Kaboom by Activision, an absolute Atari classic. If you've got paddles, I think you're obligated to play this one. No choice involved. Basically, you're just catching the bombs that the prisoner dude is dropping from hitting the ground. Yeah, an absolute classic. Give it a go. Lots of fun. Night Driver. I don't think this is one for anyone who hasn't had it back in the day. I played this a lot back in the day, but I thought even I wouldn't be able to play it again. It's dated so much. It's kind of interesting from a graphical evolution point of view, but I'm actually surprised that my muscle memory is still there in terms of playing it, and I'm actually kind of enjoying playing the game, which I really didn't think I would. But I can't imagine someone who didn't play it back in the day getting much joy out of this. It's a timed thing. You're trying to go as far as you can in the 90 seconds that you've got. I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised that I'm surprised I can still play the damn thing, because it really is quite difficult to follow what's going on in terms of how sparse the graphics are. But the muscle memory is still there in terms of. I suppose it's a good exercise in seeing how good these paddles are compared to any other device, because I really do still have the memory of how to control this car, which is kind of interesting because it's been, I don't know, a very long time. Last time I would have played this would be on an actual Atari, and I haven't had an Atari. I got one recently, but I haven't got Night Driver on it. But I'm surprised. I actually quite enjoyed playing that. But I don't think you would unless you had it. Party Mix. This is basically the very first Mario Party, like a whole lot of mini games that is intended for, you've got friends around for a party, you want to play games. I remember not liking it very much back in the day, but I've seen reviews for it that thought it was good. The games are basically, this one is a timed driving game on the yellow one. The other guy's not going to be playing because they're no friends. Anyway, whoops, there we go. So you're just driving through a maze. You get the idea. The next two as a tug of war. Get set, go, and you're basically just button mashing. Yeah, not too exciting. And this one actually kind of looks interesting. It's essentially a gallery game. You can use the paddle to, I'm the top guy, I'm using the paddle to speed up and slow down the throw. And you're guessing angles to try and hit those targets. I haven't hit one yet. There you go. Oh, there you go. You get the idea. And then the last two are this teamwork game. Where is my paddle? Why isn't it moving? Oops, there he is. So you're meant to pick up the object, pass it to your mate, and then he puts it onto the right. Whoops. Sorry, I'm just doing both of them. Conveyor belt. You get the idea. And then the other one on this is the one. I remember this one being sort of interesting. This one, you're both controlling the guys. I'm the one at the top, so just trying to get the hang of it. There I am. Yep. You're pulling up and down. This is one of those things that they used to have on train lines. If you ever watched Old Western, to move on a track without having a train. And I'm moving the mouse up and down to control their arms to get the thing going. This one is kind of interesting because it's sort of teamwork and timing it. But yeah, can't say I played this much back in the day. There was too many other better alternatives. This is Picnic by US Games. A good idea for a game. Essentially, you're this fly swatter and you're protecting your food. When they stick their tongues out or whatever that is, their beam, you can shoot them or knock them away. Yeah, not very good. I wouldn't recommend it. I checked a review to check whether it's just, I don't know how to play it, but no, it's not very good. Give it a miss. This is Piece of Cake by US Games. This is one that I checked the reviews to see if I'm being fair. I've only played it once. Basically, you're making cakes. The sprites are amazing. Like you're this big guy. So you're meant to put these cakes together. And then let's say, hopefully I can make a perfect cake. And then you grab a cherry. There's a cherry. Put cherry on it. Bam! Did it. That's it. It gets harder and faster. It seems to get really hard quite quickly. But that's might be me not playing it. But the reviews, that's what the reviews said. It got a little bit too hard too quickly. I think it definitely is a great idea. And it looks pretty good. But I'm doing really well. Maybe I do like this game. Anyway, Piece of Cake. Maybe it's good. I think it might be a bit limited, but the sprite work's amazing. It's really, for an Atari game, it looks like a modern homebrew, let alone a game from back in the day. Piece of Cake. Secret Agent. Obviously licensed by James Bond. Not really, but you've got the theme. You're just collecting these things and avoiding other things. The controls are really quite difficult. Like it doesn't take much to move. It's terrible. It's kind of interesting in terms of graphics. There's a lot going on, like a lot of colourful graphics. But again, I checked the reviews to check that my opinion of it is fair. But yeah, this is terrible. I wouldn't recommend it. Solar Storm by Imagic. This one got good reviews. I'm not sure how I feel about it. The screen capture is really messing this one up. It doesn't always show my laser when I shoot, where it does when I'm playing without the screen capture going. That flashing that actually is part of the game, I'm not a big fan of that. I like the graphics, like that fire underneath my ship, and the enemy ships are all colourful and asteroids and whatnot. I'm not getting much out of it. Like there's a lot of fixed shooters that I would much rather play than this one, but it's got good reviews, so maybe it is a good game. Maybe you should give it a look. Look-see. Star Wars Jedi Arena. You're on the blue dude. You control where that beam is coming out. I'm trying to shoot through the red dude's beam while protecting against the shots to my little wall. Yeah, having a lightsaber game where you don't get to whack lightsabers against each other, bit of a swing and a miss in my book. Sort of a good idea, but just poor execution. Yeah, nah. Steeplechase. This would be a fun party game. It's up to 4 players. The dial decides how high the horse jumps. I'm just maxing it out. Obviously it slows it down by jumping higher, but I'd rather the horse make it over. And yeah, I'm the yellow dude. The idea is to get to the right hand side of the screen before the other players. Whoops, damn it, and obviously not hit those damn things, which I'm hitting every single one. Oh, I got over that one. Those big ones are really hard to jump. Jump, no, I don't have the timing, so I haven't played this game enough, but I imagine when you get good at it and you're actually varying the height as well, it would actually be kind of fun. And again, because it's silly, it would be fun for all involved, just trying to do better, just trying to anticipate, not anticipating too early. There we go. Oops, getting a bit of a feel for it. Come on, yellow diamond. Oops. Go. Oh, that was a big one. Hey, you got a big one. Hey, yay! Oh, stop jumping so I can win. There we go, I won. Well done, me. Street Racer. It is a driving game. Quite a few variations. Driving to pass more cars than the other player or the computer. There's a few variations on that. There's a skiing one, same thing, but skiing. There's one where you're shooting things. It's not very good. Probably best to avoid it. Stunt Cycle, an arcade conversion by Atari. It wasn't actually released even though it was finished. Essentially you're controlling the speed of the cycle by adjusting the paddle. So more to the left makes it go faster, which is kind of, I keep doing it the wrong way because instinctively I would think it would be the other way around. I suppose you're pulling back on the throttle. Oops, not quite. Let's go a little bit faster. Yeah, nice little simple game. Give it a go. Super Breakout, which would be the Breakout I recommend on the Atari. Just the same as Breakout, but with more variations and a bit nicer, or slightly nicer graphics, slightly, significantly better, I think, difficulty curve, and a little bit better physics. There's this one, which is sort of standard Breakout. There is one where you have extra paddles, and then one where you have extra balls that you can free. So if you knock your way through there, you get extra balls coming down. Can we bother trying to get to that one? Yeah, let's try it. Oh, no. And there's one where it comes down. So like one continuous game. Is this the one? This might be the one. So this one, you don't have levels per se. You just keep playing the one level and it will start moving down the bricks. I'm not sure whether if they hit the bottom you die or whether it's just a matter of continuing to knock the, see how it moved down and it sped up a little bit. Yeah, so this one's one just continuous level. It's better. It's Breakout, but it's better than the other Breakout. It is super. Tac-Scan by Sega. An interesting title. Basically, you're flying this fleet of ships, flying through space, bullying these poor innocent other aliens, murdering them. I'm sure bad people. Yeah, so you're turning with the mouse bar. Oops, I just lost a dude. Then when you see those lines, you can dock a new guy back in, and that's the game. It's a good idea. Whoops, well, just avoid that one. It's just not that great. It's a shame. Like, yeah, it looks like it would be fun, but it doesn't quite hit the mark. But you could give it a look. See. Video Olympics, which is Pong on steroids. It's basically every variant of Pong that you could think of, including one-player Pong. Not the most exciting game in the world, but where it actually shines is four-player Pong. Getting four of your mates together, 2 against 2, makes for a good time. Like it's because it's such a simple game. People pick it up pretty quickly, and it's a bit silly, so no one really cares who wins or loses. Oops, although I'm not enjoying losing against the computer. Gotta get the angles with him. Damn it. No. Yeah, so 4-player Pong. If you've got four mates and 2 paddles, quite a bit of fun. 2-player, 1-player, not so much. Warlock by Data Age, kind of basic. You're going to get 1 life, and you're shooting these, I suppose, spaceships. Seems okay. Looks a bit rubbish, but control is okay. Yeah, I don't know. I've read a review, and that person actually liked it. I don't know how I feel. I don't think I wouldn't go as far as I liking it, but yeah, it's a game. Okay, I've been a little bit sneaky and going out of order here. This is Warlords. This is a 1 to 4 player Breakout. Basically, we're protecting our castle against, I think this is a dragon's fireball that we're bouncing around. I'm doing right so far. I shouldn't have said that out loud. You can catch the ball. There you see. Go here. Oops. And as you can see, you can own goal a little bit, which is super frustrating. Nice. If you're against the computers, don't aim straight at them. Bounce things. They're not particularly intelligent. Well, not at all intelligent, really. But obviously they're cool as cucumbers and don't get stressed out. Cyan, that top right one, is my nemesis. He always seems to do the best. Oh, I missed it. Yep. Yeah, good one, green. Nice. Nice play. I think I might always catch it from that one. I feel like that does well for me. It stops you from own goaling my thing all the time. Oh, damn it. Come on. Oops. Just me and my nemesis. Come on, own goal yourself. Jinx, jinx, jinx. So close. Hey, own goal. Yay, I did it. Anyway, that's Warlords. Great game. Fantastic. And lastly, I've been sneaky again and gone out of order. We have Medieval Mayhem, which is a homebrew version of Warlords. Let's go. I'm going to stop the computers from being able to catch so that the game goes a little bit faster. Let's go. I'm the top right, the purple. So it's got this cool animation with the dragon. I don't expect to do very well. The computers are a lot smarter in this one. So if you're good at this game and you want challenging computer opponents, not components, this would be a lot better, but for me, it's just scary and stressful. Yeah, again, same with Warlords, this game shines in multiplayer. That's kind of the whole point. The control is a little bit smoother, or significantly smoother than Warlords, and Warlords has good control. It's not fixing something, but I find it's more my fault when I'm missing things in this version, despite me missing a lot of things. Yeah. Let's see how we go. I just want at least to get the second ball going. I'm not expecting to. I think I'll be the first out because I'm not very good at Warlords, and these guys are really good. Come on, stop messing around. Hey, all right, I'm not first out. I've got 3 balls. I'll be out pretty soon. Oops, no. So you can imagine with 4 of your mates, that's me out. This would be frantic action. Should we let the someone win, so you can see the little winning animation, which is cool. So a little knight comes out. Yeah, amazing game, like an amazing homebrew, huge achievement, a must-have if you've got some paddles. Okay, so how do we actually use these new paddles in a new computer? Well, you can use this iCode adapter. There's one way of doing it. It's made by one particular dude. You can just Google iCode Atari adapter. It's good because it's got 2 different ports, so you don't need to buy more than one. And it's got this really cool display, which is why I like it. I found it to be kind of laggy, so it wasn't a great solution for me. That might just be me, like I just didn't figure out how to set it up properly. The guy who makes them is really supportive, so you can contact him and he'll give you help. But I just didn't manage to get it working. Essentially what this does is it converts the paddle into making the computer think it's a analog joystick, which is actually a really good way of doing it in some ways, because it means that you would be able to use these paddles for any game that expects those joystick inputs. So long as the game is just one button and one joystick, you can use the paddle to play it, regardless of whether it was designed to be played with a paddle. The other is the adapter. This, I've got the one that's specifically for the paddle, because I don't really care about joystick controls for using on the computer. More expensive because I have to buy 2. It's still a bit laggy. They say there's no lag, but I found there's lag. But not as bad as this one. So at the moment, I would think this is the better solution, but not perfect. Don't expect it to be perfect. And that is Paddle Games on the Atari. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.